This goober, you're a goober. I'm gonna give you a headbutt. Hey, legit, how's it going? Also, yes, evil, I am back, as you can tell. Hi. I was gonna say, you aren't Borb anymore, you're a Beeb. Bedstill, man, that's fair. Look who's alive? What do you mean? You're acting like I'm late or something. I'm early. I started 2 minutes early. You should have started 2 hours ago? No. As you can see in my schedule, I said 3 p.m. BST. And I have started at 3 p.m. BST. Squinch. Because if I want to do things with people, I need to start a little bit later. Otherwise, this evil here is going to be an eepy little guy. So I need to take care of this boy. Exactly, he's just an eepy little guy. Alright, as usual, I'm just getting my notifications out, then I will let people know what the plan is for today if you haven't seen already. Ow. I'm able to post my entire notification on Blue Sky. I'll need to shorten it. Oh, dare I say, well. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we will be doing Hildebrand today, starting off, then we'll be doing the Dawn Trail Relic stuff over at the Northorn. As for other stuff, if you haven't seen already, I think the stream actually just popped it up now. There is a supporter streamer campaign going on at the moment, so for 3 subscriptions you will be able to get a mount within Final Fantasy XIV. Because of the promotion, I have done a discount on subscriptions for this stream. I will also be doing it for this Friday stream as well. No, not Fridays. Thursdays. Look at this guy, doesn't even know his own stream schedule. Alright, all my notifications done, get the post over on Blue Sky, then I will be ready. I will just need to shorten it a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean 200 whole characters. There we go, sorted. Alright, Evil, if I switch over to the game and you're not there... Where is he? Where is this EV? He's not here. Grab Chip's nose and go honk. Nah, I'm not a clown. I know a clown. I'm not talking about Kefka. I'm talking about the one who decided to egg me ages ago. I might actually try and get revenge on him. Yeah, Evil's a clown.
Sloppy.
I'm just waiting for you, Evil. I'm just waiting patiently over here. I'm waiting for you to appear on Marlborough and get over here so we can do some Hildebranding. Oh,
Sloppy.
Look who it is. Look who sort of has a suit. Fake. Fake Hildebrand. You silly bean. Look who decided to show up and outright. Alright, I'm gonna have a little bit of a drink because I was waiting so long before this EV even showed up. Alright, Evil, you ready to cry with a Hildebrand quest? You ready for some emotional damage?
Emotional damage.
Get up off the floor. Hard-boiled's pensive expression cuts a stark contrast to the frantic buzz of True View's neon-lit streets. Chip, eager to get back to work, I see. I reconstructed the remaining files, but found no more records of monster-fled criminals, so I reckon we're clear on that front. What the last of the data did contain, though, was plans for repairing some kind of fancy-smancy duplication device. Said it was discovered aboard a flying vessel of unknown origin. The description of which damn near perfectly matches the shiny disc on our imbecile inspector crash-landed over near Yawata. So now I'm wondering, what's a gadget on a ship like that used to duplicate? A lot of Hildebrands. A lot of them. Yeah. Too many of them. We already had to deal with one. Anything? Even people? Oh, that ain't good. See, the files mention 3 critical materials. Electrum, ceruleum, and meteorites. Well shit, that's what I've been going for. Sound familiar? That's the same stuff our fugitives already nicked. They got what they needed to fix the device, and I'm sweating bullets imagining what they mean to do with it. Problem is, we squeeze those salvage files dry if every last juicy leaked. Can't even begin to guess where Cascade and Carmelian may be holed up. For all we know, they've already moved on to the next step of their diabolical scheme. Time we pumped up a new source of information. And I know just a nosy bugger that'll do. Let's pay a visit to Mike. Hey, Somna. Bug. Nashu bug. I mean, not the Nashu bug. What are you watching? What are you looking at? Oh. You may recall my mere presence seemed to anger the detective when last our paths crossed. So we've taken disguising ourselves as ordinary citizens. Our independent investigation otherwise continues unabated. Nashu has, in fact, identified a new potential avenue. I've noticed that there's an oglop that never strays far from Detective Hardboiled's side, and I suspect this persistent insect is much more than it appears. I share your suspicions. You'll just DM me about it so you can check later about our base in Powell. Okay. We could be dealing with another creature possessed of a transferred criminal soul. Mayhap it's been sent to spy on the detective. But it doesn't feel like spying, more it's watching over him. Whatever the oglop's intentions, we must continue to surveil this ever-present surveiller. It may prove critical to cracking the case. I do want to drop in on Powwow later and double check what's going on with it, because I know we have some expansion to do. Alright, Mr. Peekers. Is it? Wait, is it actually around here? Oh, it's there. It's right there. It's underneath the thing. My goodness. Just a brief synopsis of stuff, changes and additions I did. Okay, no worries. Back again. What can I do for you this time? Oh, no question for you. A device that can duplicate anything, eh? In the wrong hands, that could lead to all kinds of mischief. I haven't heard a peep about alien gadgets, but there was something else that might interest you. Rumour has it some half-dead bloke dressed like a lab worker was rescued out in Heritage Found. Reckon that could be our villain, Keshkale? Could be. You have to talk to Cersei. A hunter who found a poor bugger. Apparently you found him, brought him back to his home in the outskirts. This half-dead lab rat is who we think it is, and I wonder if Carnelian must have... Ah. Thanks for the tip, Myman. Well, partner, looks like we're headed to the outskirts. Let's find this Cersei fella. Or Serkine. Probably Serkine. And we shall follow wheresoever the Oglop leads us. Bye, Hildi. Bye, Nashu. Wait a... No. Nah. I saw the bug. I saw Nashu. I saw Hildi. Where the fuck was that Lalafell? Evil, where the hell were they? Did you see them? What the hell? They're getting better at it. They're getting better at their stealth operations. Let me in. Oh. Damn, he doesn't want to carry me. Ah, of course. I'd be happy to share the tale. I was culling monsters on the fringes of Everkeep when an airwheeler wobbling through the skies above caught my attention. So erratic was its flight path that I half expected it to crash into the ground, which it did not far from where I was standing. I ran over to see a man crawl free from the wreckage and collapse, his mask and gloves marking him as a lab technician of some kind. Though the airwheeler hadn't exploded or burst into flames, he looked terribly burned. I was able to rush him home and administer treatment before he succumbed to his injuries. But the potent medicines have put him in a deep slumber, so I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. As for his name, I found an identification card tucked into one of his pockets. Assuming it belonged to him, the man is Keshkai, a researcher from a local facility. That figured. And those burns. Knowing Carnelian's preference for fire magics, I'd wager a dozen hard-boiled eggs that he's to blame. A mook dubbed the Crime King is not the type to play local henchman for long. Probably turned on his boss and took over the whole operation. We'll have to wait until Keshkai wake up to get the whole story. But in the meantime, I'd rather be doing something useful. I say we head outside and consider our options. Appreciate you sharing, Serkine. Keshkai is a criminal involved in a case we're investigating, so we'll be imposing on your hospitality again soon. A criminal, you say? Well, he won't be committing any crimes in his condition. I'll be sure to get word to you once he's fit enough for you to interrogate. Where the hell? There he is! I fucking knew it! Oh! Hey, Evil. They got what they deserved. Absolutely deserved. Lalafel's dead. He's dead. He's gone. I doubt Carnelian would have humoured his boss so long unless he had an endgame in mind. And considering his betrayal came just as they had acquired everything needed to fix a duplication gadget. Chip hates Lala? I mean... he was probably after the device all along. Hey, Yunza. That's what I'm thinking. But assuming we're right, what does he mean to use it for? Well, we can work on answering that question while Keshkai is in Dreamland. There's an old pal of Carnelian's who might have an insight or two. Was part of his gang back in the day, but insists she's on the straight and narrow now, working as a fortune teller out of a shop in Solution 9. Soral, the girl on the front desk, handles all of her appointments. Quickly! Quickly, let us not lose sight of the Ogloff. Is anyone gonna help that guy? In all seriousness, he's without help. They're kind of stuck there. Time to get going. Oh, Evil hates that Lalafell. Oh my goodness. Hildi, he's behind you. Alright, where's this fucker now? It's gonna be Is he just dead? Is he stuck there now? Are we not going to be able to find him for the rest of this quest? Evil, I think he might be dead. This establishment caters to lost souls seeking a true path. Due to high demand, however, I'm afraid we're completely booked for the coming months. We're not interested in your dubious divinations. You just tell old cashier that the hard-boiled is here to see her. Very well. One moment, please. What do you want, hardhead? I've paid my debt to society. You're interfering with the legitimate business of an upstanding citizen. Says a woman who was Carnelian's most prized sorceress charlatan. I wager the only fortune to be found here is the one you're making off gullible marks. Don't you dare lump me in with that double-crossing snake. It was his fault I went to prison, and I've done what this underworld... I've been done with the underworld ever since. My establishment is entirely above board. Alright. Get your robes in a twist. It's Carnelian I want to ask about anyone. I'll spare you the whole messy story, so let's get down to brass tacks. Imagine there's a gizmo that can replicate any person or object in the world. What do you reckon a no-good crook like Carnelian would do if he got his hands on something like that? What kind of adult... Wait, how should I know? The only thing Carnelian ever wanted was power. No matter how much he got, it was never enough. Seems his ancestor, the one they called the Lich, created the ultimate spell. It eats him up, but he's never had the arcane strength to catch it. An ancestral spell he hasn't got juice for, huh? But how would a duplication gizmo help him with that? Not my area of expertise. Oh, I suppose you could search the public database and read up on the Lich, if you're so inclined. Fair enough. Try your luck with the terminals in the commerce sector. Much obliged, cashier. Oh god. What type of spell is it going to be? It's going to be a spell that makes everybody shit themselves. Come along, Evil. We need to find out what weirdness is going on here. Well, they're alive. They aren't dead. If only I could see that. Actually, wait, I can do that myself now. But then I won't have my suit on anymore. Shrubbery. A decorative foliage extraordinaire. These terminals are connected to Alexandria's public database, so you can use them to learn all sorts of neat stuff. I'll see what I can dig up on this Lich. Meanwhile, reckon you could look into what makes clots so special. Kai's other flunkies didn't get a choice of monster, but when it came to Carnelian, seems Crime King specifically requested the plot as a vessel of his soul. I figured he was keen on their powers of mimicry, but now I'm wondering if there was something more. Anyway, see what you can find. Use your keyboard on the soft. Oh god, I need to. Okay. Alright. Lots. The terminal monitor displays an entry on the monsters known as clots. God damn it. These amorphous organisms inhabit dense jungle environments and demonstrate an extraordinary capability for physical mimicry. When threatened, the clot will either mirror the threat itself or adopt a more intimidating form. Clots can also fuse with others of their species, and there are recorded cases of multiple clots merging into a single, gigantic entity possessed of immense magical power. Well, fuck. Well, no surprises from the bloodline that produced a maniac like Carnelian. Turns out this Lich guy is a real piece of work. The entry I read said he used sorcery to raise and bind the dead to his will and created an unstoppable spell that would immediately snuff out the life of any target. Oh, and he also used necromancy to turn himself into a living corpse. This allowed him to keep amassing dark powers over a period far beyond a normal person's lifespan, which was the thing that earned him the Lich moniker. Too many years of nefarious undeading, though, and the people came together to off him permanently. Bog. You know, Nwashu, my assistant, was killed by a spell I'd never seen before. And I reckon Carnelian took a page from his ancestor's book of necromancy to animate those poor bastards at the Caneloka Orbs. Yes, Nashu. How did your research go, by the way? Learn anything useful? Elena is going to merge with a lot of them and become a ungodly jelly-like monster. So, multiple clots can merge together to make one humongous blob that wields all their magical power combined. That explains everything. Carnelian means to create a bunch of Crime King copies and fuse into one big murderous moot. Well, you and me are going to wreck those plans and avenge Nwashu's death once and for all. You want to loop Hildebrand in on this? I think he knows. Yeah, I've seen him hanging around like a bad smell. And when it comes to exacting vengeance, that well-meaning dope will only get in the way. And besides, Carnelian is more dangerous than he's ever been. I won't give him a chance to hurt anyone else. Why are you so bullheaded about me being pals with the Inspector anyway? You share the same soul. You're saying we're like two of a kind? Yeah, I don't see it. Still, there's always been something weirdly familiar about that guy. Wesker cosplayers, shut up. Yeah. What do you got? Alright, be there soon. That was Serkine telling us to come over. There's Kai's woken up. I've been thinking, Chip. What if the Oglop we keep seeing is actually Nwashu? Really, you think? When the detective was talking about his assistant, I swear that insect had the saddest look on its little face. Nashu thinks, I know, right? Come now, Nashu. You heard as well as I did that she perished by Carnelian's hand. But what if instead of dying, their soul was shunted into an Oglop body in the same way the fugitives were stuffed into fiendish forms? I suppose it's possible. Nashu does have an uncanny sense for such things. Mayhap we should not dismiss this idea out of hand. Were we to explore the possibility, we might begin by chatting with the researcher zombie whom my gentle dead man acquaintance befriended. Pray continue your investigation alongside Detective Hardyboiled, and we shall contact you the moment we learn aught of substance. Oh, bye then. Wait, what are you doing here?
Oh, sweet.
I should probably get to this content eventually. Yeah, do it right now. Detective Hard-Boiled Egg. That's literally his whole thing. Which I'm working. And? Are they... Where's that coming from? I know they're around here. Evil, I can hear it. Where are they?
Sloppy.
I know they're getting shocked. I can hear it. With what PC? Take a laptop. Free subscriptions. Free whole subscriptions. I know they're around here somewhere. Unless this is just, I'm getting red herringed. This is just the electro, just general. This is the regular noise. Well, I don't see Nashu or Hildi around, because they've gone to do their thing, so... Of course they won't be here. But yeah, free whole subscriptions for a mount within Final Fantasy XIV. And I have discounted the subscriptions. So for 35% off. You're late, Chief. Get lost on the way or what? This case is promising an explosive end, and I'd hate for you to miss it. Not installing Final Fantasy XIV on your laptop, you think you'd get fired? I don't think you get fired. I think it's a great team-building exercise. You should get all of your team to the end of Dawn Trail, and you should get everybody to do a Savage. It's great team-building exercise. Clotted crime. Getting your team to do UCOP together? Oh, fucking hell. Right, let's head inside and hear what Kashkai has to say for himself. Well, mastermind, what happened to you? Duplication device was restored. I had all that I required to build my genius army. But mere moments before I began to replicate my brilliant self en masse, that damnable care burned the hand that freed him. Seared as I was by carnelian sorcery, it was a miracle I managed to escape at all. But of my ambitions, all survives but smoke and ash. I want you to make him pay! You'll find a device in a hidden lab on the lowest level of the Cannilocker Corpus. If Carnelian's aim is mass self-replication, then that is where he must be. It will take time for the alien technology to do its work. Trying to tame a vicious breed like the Crime King was a gamble, and you lost. But lucky for you, I was planning to bring him down anyway. Looks like I called how things played out, more or less. Didn't expect that Carnelian would hold up in a lab right beneath our noses, though. And this soy sod over to the authorities as soon as he's able to walk. Might put up a fight, but I doubt it'll be much of a challenge for a strapping hunter like himself. He's welcome to try, don't worry. Be sure to see him into custody. We know where Carnelian is now, and I'm ready to charge in. Guns blazing. But first I want to pay my respects at Nashu's grave. Nah. While burying the dead isn't the custom in Alexandria, Nashu and I were never comfortable with the whole regulator deal. I'd be damned if I was going to forget. Putting us to rest was my way of honouring our memory. Night Stellion's been in the shop, so I'll head over and pick him up. Go on ahead to the nameslates. I'll meet you there. Yeah, just before your boss is heavily into Final Fantasy XIV, you install it, you get a question from IT saying why you got it installed, and then all of a sudden your boss has it installed as well. Thank you for the watch streak, Evol. Very much appreciated. Gives you a squish. Evol. Oh boy! All right. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. It's one of these ones. Oh god. All right. Surprise! It's me again. Got a letter here for you from the detective. Oh, he went straight there, didn't he? Right, that's my business done. Time to go and pry into someone else's. Sorry for the change of plans, Chip, but I need to handle Carnelian alone. You've helped me out time and again, and I ain't letting you risk your life for my personal vendetta. I'll put the Crime King in the ground, where he belongs. You just sit tight and wait for the good news. Egg. Chip! Hey! Chip! We've learned the most astonishing fact! The new researcher recruit of our gentle dead friend here spoke of a lady he had seen on the lowest levels of Caniloka Corpus. A lady who could very well be Nuashu. She lies unmoving within a capsule of some kind, looking as if she but dreams in peaceful slumber. We then made at once for Sir Keen's house to demand the truth from Keskai. The villain soon folded beneath my expert interrogation and admitted to transferring Nuashu's soul from her captive vessel into an Oglop shell. Where is Detective Hardboiled, by the way? I want so badly to let him know his assistant is alive and well. Well, mostly. Horse? What, he wanted to come say horse? Okay. Seeking vengeance on his own, you say? This calls for the utmost haste. Gone. Wait for me, Inspector! We should shamble along as well. Meanwhile, in the hidden depths of the Caniloka Corpus. Now that's a sickening sight. One bloodstained crime king is already too much. I don't recall sending you an invitation, Hardboiled. But no matter, I am afforded a chance to test my newfound strength. Oh my god. Dames might have called you handsome once, but you might want to check a mirror. I can feel it surging through me. The nigh unlimited power. Behold, the majestic form of the Lich. Let us begin with a demonstration of my ancestors' dominion over the undead. Oh god, I can see where this is going to go. Evil, I can see where this is going to go. Evil! Oh no. Great. This keeps getting creepier. God fucking damn it! During this battle, you will be fighting as Detective Hardyboiled and gain access to a special dodge action. With the proper timing, you can use Molting Python to avoid taking damage, even if you are within the area of an enemy's attack. Certain enemy attacks will be preceded by a countdown icon. When this countdown progresses to the Molting Python action icon, quickly use Molting Python action. Pulp Fiction. Oh god. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's my dodge. Night Stallion is an AoE. Thick Skin is a hard-boiled goodness, replenishes HP and reduces damage taken by 60%. The short goodbye. Oh my god. Alright. Let's go. Unliving minions, tear that man apart. There it is. Here it fucking is. Alright, Evil, let's go. Let us remember to always comport ourselves in a gentlemanly manner, everyone. What's just happened? Oh shit, he can moonwalk now. Forcing our zombie brethren to act against their will is simply unconscionable. Whilst they do not condone violence, this situation appears beyond a peaceful resolution. Allow me to assist. A soft-boiled savior in hell. Thanks, pal. You dare interfere? He'll kill you both! Nobody told Bagu. Wait, is this Final Fantasy IX original theme? Oh god. You okay there, Hildi? It's a boss theme, you know the train. Oh! I see. Has Banco even done Hildebrand quests? Ah, shit. Oh well. Ah, shit. I failed. I kind of overestimated how fast something would come in, and I moved too early, like a dummy. Chip washed. I washed. I'm sorry, I'm not a true detective. I lied about it all this time. Odd Hildi. I'm just going to check. What is he actually doing? A gentleman fantastic, enhancing defense and restoring HP only as a Mandeville can. I see. Oh, damn it, Hildi. Uh-oh. Ah, shit. I thought that would turn me forward. Oopsie daisy. Get him, Hildebrand! Oh, God. Who is that foppish imbecile? This is Hildebrand! Uh-oh. No, he is not getting fried. This is it. You charged him. Violence is not the answer. Hardy boiled LB his ass. Get his ass! Hi guys, I'm back. This one's from Noir Shoe. Hold your fire, detective. Your assistant is alive. What did you say? Uh-oh. I warned you about being soft, hardy-boiled. Will you never learn? I'd wanted to save such exquisite maidcraft for more fitting victims. But now you clods will witness the ultimate spell firsthand. With unholy power drawn from the darkest abyss, I shall sever soul from corporeal anchor. Death? Oh! Hildi, no! What have you done to him? Get Ghosty Brand! Oh, I've died. How unmandavillian of me. I think you have more worries than how Okay, actually, you know what? I've slain the dolt instead. No, I'm glad to be rid of that most bothersome gnat. Is that Hildebrand's ghost? Oh, such bittersweet sorrow. A soul should dissipate soon after leaving the flesh, but lo, our resilient zombie overlord endures in spectral form. Hello? This battle isn't over. Even with your entire entourage of fools, you cannot contest our power combined. Oh, God. Oh, no. Are they... They're going to match! The... Oh! Oh, God! Master Zombie Brand's spiritual essence has merged with Master Hardyboy's physical form. It's brilliant. It's blinding. It's a pure gold soul. This changes nothing. Honey boiled? It cannot be. Hardy Boiled is not here right now. What? Well, hell. You can call us Hildi Boiled, and your goose is cooked. My dear fellow. No evil can stand against a giant golden mandible man! Oh! That was a crunch. Duh. Not the spectral Hildi upturn. Evil, I think we've peaked. I don't think Final Fantasy XIV can get any better than this. I think this is it. Yes, you've learned the truth of it. Your precious noir shoe never really died. Keshkai needed a subject for his soul transferring experiments, and the task of procuring the victim fell to me. Your name, Hardy-Boiled, was at the top of my hit list. I drew upon ancestral sorcery to cast you into a death-like sleep. For ease of delivery, you understand? But then your meddling assistant threw herself into the spell's path, and I was forced to settle for her instead. I had to dig up Noir Shoe's corpse following the burial, then proffer her to Keshkai in place of your sorry hide. So it was her soul that ended up in that insecta vessel. You bastard. You did that knowing how much I hate all gloves? Now, let us remain civilized. This process is entirely reversible. No, you get back down here. Oh dear. Apologies, but I feel the draw of an irresistible force. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Berry Holders. Very much appreciated. Oh, that's right. Master Zombie Brand has died, and to his untethered soul comes the call. See you on the other side, my friends. Don't leave me behind, Inspector. Look, his body's still breathing. We gotta drag that soft-boiled soul back. I smote that simpleton with enough ultimate death magic to kill him 10 times over. There is no coming back. Wrong. I perform the Mandeville? Get back down here. You stop spinning around. Whoa, hey now. Don't tell me you've gone and cracked. No. He's getting back down here. I am invoking the Hildebrand ultimate magics. The Mandeville! His heart beats pure Mandeville energy. Oh, I say. You think this can keep him down? Nay, I say! Thanks to that staring performance by my adventuring associate, I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have returned to life, and I'm back on the case. But you can't. It's not possible. That face. Evil. I am grabbing this face. I think I have another emote idea. Toughest guy I ever saw. Now, what was that about fixing Nwashu? You can really get her back to normal. Your assistant's recumbent form is being held within this very facility. We need but extract her soul from the Orglop and reunite it with her original body. I had Kaskai provide me with a step-by-step procedure for operating the transference apparatus. It should pose no great difficulty to restore Mistress Nwashu ourselves. Oh, he's broken. The rest of us should wait at the entrance then. Okay. During that cutscene, I've been putting ads off, so I need to run ads here. I will be back in a few minutes to somehow process what just happened. Dagv back in a few minutes. Take care of yourselves, peeps. Evil. I think we've peaked, man. I don't think Hildebrand quests are getting any better than this. I think this is it. I don't think Evercold can peak. I think there's no challenge. Evercold is done with it. There's no contest. Hildebrand just carries the entirety of Final Fantasy XIV. He is the one who's going to merge all the shards together. It's going to be pure Mandeville power. The final boss of Final Fantasy XIV, when we come to the last expansion ever, is going to be Hildebrand. He's too powerful. You know what? It stinks in here. Let's head outside. Detective Hardy Boiled? Hey, Dollface. You're looking well. Hi, I'm Nawashu. Thank you ever so much for putting me back in my own body. The resemblance to Nashu is, as you say, uncanny. Right. Like peas in a pod, I tell you. Oh. Oh, snoozle. Right, I've had my fill of musty old labs. Time to blow this joint. Hey, who said you could ride the stallion? Surely once fused fellows such as ourselves are above cursory formalities, such as asking for permission. Oh. Uh-oh. What's that lightning? The chassis can't take a direct hit. Don't break his bike. Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna get yeeted into the sky, isn't he? Oh. Was that fucking Back to the Future reference? That was a fucking Back to the... Did they just give a reason why we actually might see our Hildebrand in the 4th? Somehow. It's for me, Inspector. Oh gosh, that looked dangerous. He'll be fine. It's Night Stallion I'm worried about. I just had him repaired. How did I lose to such idiots? Am I dreaming? Surely this is a nightmare. I'll deliver Mr. Lotsaclotzy to the Tin Men. You can head back with Nwashu to my place in Solution 9. And I shall re-enter the facility to recruit from the remaining zombies. I bid you, gentle people, good day. I think with Pete, we're done. Evercold has nothing on the Hildebrand questline, man. Evil, I think we just need to just watch the sights for a second and enjoy the scenery and get away from the craziness of the world. All right, I'm done. Behind that rubbish receptacle is where I would hide and keep watch over the detective. It was surprisingly fun living as an Oklop, but boy, am I glad to be back in my own body. That makes 2 of us. Imagine having one of those creepers as an assistant. I went and handed Carnelian over to the authorities. They'll restore him and all his monstrous pals to their original mood selves, then toss him in a slammer. In other words, that's all she wrote on the case of the fiendish fugitives. You're a handy fella to have around you. As thanks for sticking with me through thick and thin, I made you a replica of Night Stallion. Doesn't have the same customizations, but it still runs plenty fast. Use this key when you're ready to ride. I have a gift for you too, of sorts. I made lots of friends when I was Oglot, and one of the little fellas had big dreams of traveling the world. Oh my god. Take him along on your adventures. You'll be fantastic company. My own Oglot buddy! You embracing danger. Told you, those tiny devils are harbingers of death and disease. Oh, they're no such thing. Oglops are harmless. Not to mention cute as a chitinous button. Right. Well, it's your funeral. Keep it where you can see it, or stow it away in your pack. Speaking of companions, I wonder where that gentleman fop and Nashu disappeared to. Not that I'm worried or anything, but I owe them a tip of the hat at the very least. Anyhow, Nwashu and me are going to get back to running our detective agency here in Solution 9. Hopefully we'll cross paths again on some other case. Our time together in the great alleyway of life was brief but golden, like the richest, yellowest of yolk. See you around, Chip. So we actually get a mount. We get the Night Stallion mount as well? Holy shit, okay. And we get the Orchestrion too. With the completion of the inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures, you can now exchange MGP for a new Orchestrion role by speaking with the Gold Saucer attendant at the Gold Saucer. Ah, okay. Alright. Evil. We're going to the Gold Saucer. After this, of course. His trail had evaporated like mist in he and his. The city carried on, uncaring. I fell into a familiar humdrum river, my world gone curiously quiet. There was annoying absence of irritating yet endearing whimsy. But that's life, isn't it? Okay, I'm not going to read it. Goes too quick. Uh-oh. Oh no. I can... Noashu! Who are you talking to, detective? Don't drink that cherry. Nope, it's fine. Or is it? Hildebrand will return? Now you get the pun. Yeah. Uh-oh. No! Don't trust the egg. I think we've peaked. Evil, I think we're done. I don't even... Evercold is done for. It doesn't stand a chance. Alright, to the Gold Saucer, let's go. That's all that. That's not the Gold Saucer. Where are you going? Where are you going? Did you... Where are you... Saving money? What do you mean saving money? You know what you could do? You could be like me. You could be based and just super cool. And you could have just asked me for a free tally to the Gold Saucer. You see? See? Free tally to the Gold Saucer. The thing that costs me 0. Guess who's already the saucer and who isn't? Yeah, well, I'm here. Oh, God, alright. Final Fantasy IX Battle 2. It's probably going to be that one. The fact we get the Night Stallion mount for free right after you finally bought the Solution 9 bike. Damn. GN 7 million. Oh, God. Hey, Evil. Damn it. Let me know when you're ready. I set that song to make Baku, make Baku explode. Yeah, just tell him to log back onto Final Fantasy 14. go to the free company house. Do you have these? I'll take that as a yes. Okay, fair enough. I will hand them off to a couple of friends then. Because obviously I was doing the Cold Crescent a couple of days ago and last night as well. So yeah, I got a few drops. What do you mean by that? Care to explain? Any words of wisdom? Did we get sent to different instances? I thought we'd get sent to the same one since we're in a party. Unless you never actually came here. Get back to Chuli? What? Mr. Quest? Quest is up there. This is a Northhorn unlock. The one in there is the next relic quest. Funny you should show up now. I was just about to go over my expedition report. Of all that's happened, it's turned into quite the yarn. But perhaps you'd be willing to take a listen. Right, here goes. Plotting an eastward course from High Tide Harbour, Hetteram and his veteran crew set forth for Shade's Triangle, resolved to uncover the mysteries of that treacherous stretch of ocean. After days of steady sailing, they at last laid eyes upon the occult crescent, but something strange was afoot. The isle shifted and shimmered like a mirage, confounding all attempts at approach. Just as the crew began to despair, an unknown force seized the ship, guiding it towards the island. According to daring adventurer and valued expedition member Chip, this occurred moments after a strange voice rang out in his mind. Though it remains unclear, it is plausible this mystery speaker and the ship's steering force are somehow linked. Once ashore, the crew entered the Phantom Village. Here, in one of its long-abandoned structures, they made a startling discovery. A wizened but welcoming old fellow called the Archive, seemingly afflicted with Tonberry curse. Learning of Ketteram's plans, the Archive readily offered his expertise. Yet it soon became apparent that its expertise had been sealed away, the only means of recall being to hear what the adventurer saw and learned during his excursions. The mystery deepened further when Iris, a tiny familiar likely summoned by the Isle's shadowy architect, appeared out of nowhere, prompting many questions but providing few answers. For now, she seems content to observe the expedition from a distance. Excuse me. As the crew explored more of these strange shores, a picture of the Isle's true purpose began to take shape. By all accounts, it appears to be a repository for knowledge and monuments from the 5th Astral Era. To keep these precious relics safe, the occult crescent is surrounded by a magical ward separating it from the outside world. Similar magics are also believed to prevent the expedition's vessel leaving port. Among the island's ruins stand two spires, the Tower of Blood on the South Horn and its northern counterpart, Tower of Magic. While both are considered key to unraveling the Isle's secrets, it is the latter which the occult crescent's architect is thought to reside. An island-wide ward keeping knowledge within and interlopers without. A mysterious entity capable of wielding such magics. What will transpire when their true identity is unveiled? Or something along those lines. Did that sound alright to you? Huzzah! Thanks for listening. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to write about before the expedition ends. I can't help but worry about the crew, though. Say, why don't you go and pay them a visit? No doubt you'll be needed back on the Isle sooner rather than later. Excellent. I presume you'll be using the ethereal currents like you usually do. Give old Kettenram my regards when you arrive. I'm in Northorn right now, everybody. I hope we bump into each other. I mean, when we get there, I can check if we're in the same instance. Ah, good to see you, Chip. I don't blame the fellow for feeling concerned, but morale is high, despite us being trapped here. And I've got good news besides. We finally cleared a route to the north. It took some doing, mind, scrambling across sheer cliffs, battling upstream through raging rapids, and winning our way through gloomy caves until we finally reached a basin of sorts. We soon set up camp among some ruins, then set to work establishing a path back here. Any road, how about we head straight to the Northorn? We'll be back in the fold, we can get straight to work. Good, I'll let the archive know. We'll be waiting over yonder by Geoffroy. With the northern base camp up and running, we're ready to proceed at a moment's notice. That said, the usual precautions apply. We're better off sticking together en route. I've not journeyed to the Northorn since emerging from the sarcophagus. I wonder what curiosities await. I shall join you. Oh, a change of heart. Or perhaps new orders to help us. I will simply be observing your companion. Well, I suppose she has been keeping an eye on us this whole while. Don't see any harm in her tagging along. Right, when you're ready to depart, just say the word. The God-christened Northorn is now accessible. The new... okay, there's going to be new jobs as well, oh god. Alright, Evil, I am going to take a break for a couple of minutes. I need to go feed the cats before I go into the Northorn, so do bear with me for a few minutes. I will be back, I will feed the cats, and then we can head in. Which, it's good that I'm feeding the cats now, because then I won't need to do it while we're actually in there. Alright, Degvy, back in a few minutes. Take care of yourselves, peeps. And I return. Hello, hi Orange. How's that citrus doing? Yeah, I really should do that as well, shouldn't I? Before we go in, grab the relic so I can actually start getting things unlocked. Or find out what the grind is going to be. Perfect timing. Been meaning to have a word with you. Guessing you remember what Geralt's plan to combine his modern methods with that ancient knowledge he's uncovered. Well, sounds like he needs to examine that phantom weapon of yours. Would you mind obliging? Here you go, Geralt. I'll be straight with you, lad. I'm worried about your phantom weapon. Part of me hopes it's just a rum talking, but I'll need a gander either way. Having a nice chill Tuesday so far? Well, unfortunately, Orange, that nice chill Tuesday would have been blown out of the water if you attended the stream early, because by God, Hildebrand's stream. It was peak. I have no words. Go on, stow it away. I've seen enough. Just as predicted, eh? Indeed, I'm afraid this weapon is, in a sense, defective. I think the Isle's ether could deceive even my superlative perception. A potent force indeed. That it may be, but now I know the plan will work. Hold on, I'm struggling to keep up. Fair enough. Perhaps you could all do a reminder. You remember what we've done to your phantom weapon so far? You infused it with the Isle's elusive energies and the vast quantities of ether. There's a lot of stuff. What server am I on? There you go. Not quite. All that ether went into hands in the God's given hands, not the weapon directly. No wonder that's seared into your memory, though. That was some hard graft. In short, the ether permeating this isle is teeming with illusory properties, and highly potent to boot. So what gives your weapon its frightening power? Of course, that power needed stabilizing, which is why I would turn to ancient methods to keep the ether from dissipating. Thought that had done a trick. Well, apparently not. Perhaps there was some flaw in the process. It would appear so. While the Isle's ether greatly elevated the weapon's capabilities, its volatile nature is limiting the potential for further enhancement. We were able to verify as much by examining the adventurer's weapon earlier. So you're saying there's more power to wring out the thing? We just can't get to it. Your Gil? What do you mean, your Gil? Oh, God. Can't get to it yet. Hence me grand plan. To counteract the phantasmal energies infused in the weapon, reveal its innate form and unleash its true potential. A perfectly logical approach, but is such a thing possible? For a smith of me peeler's talent it is, and worthy of a little praise. I'd say if you all want the details, you'll have to congratulate me on my brilliant planning before I crack open another bottle of rum and forget all about it. God damn it. Can I slap him instead? What are you looking at me for? Fine, Mr. High and Mighty Geralt. I shall congratulate you. Congratulations, Geralt. You did it. You did it. Basking in your admiration's thirsty work. Might crack open the rum after all. Only joking. Truth is, I'm itching to get started. On your way with a special delivery. Is it a hard-boiled egg? Those phantasmal energies I mentioned have bound your wearing in a complex illusion, preventing it from truly shining. By stripping that illusion away and revealing the true essence of the weapon, we've solved the problem. Stripping the illusion away? Like using a glamour dispeller to remove the projected appearance of arms and armor? That might be feasible with the right apparatus. Now you're talking. Best part is that we've already got just the thing for the job, ain't that right? Didn't the archive recently fillet a glamoured fish? Exactly. When the archive cut into his catch with that rusty old knife, the glamour was dispelled and the bleeding thing shrank. That blade's the key. Thankfully, little fella better let me borrow it for a while. Just as expected, the blade's imbued with unique dispelling magics. All told, it's quite the relic in its own right. And you're reckon we can use it to cut through the illusion and surrounding the phantom weapon? Aye, but the Isle's ether is vexing stuff. Nothing short of the most potent dispelling magic will suffice. Which is why we need to enhance the blade first. I don't know if I trust the archive of a perfectly honed blade. What harm could the little fella possibly do? Sounds like we ought to slice through those lingering doubts he has while we're at it. Anyway, we need to own the blade to boost its dispelling properties. Don't mind what we use as long as it's top quality kit. If it's blade sharpening supplies we're after, I've heard nothing but the highest praise from Monarch Whetstones. They ought to sell them in Bayside Bevy. Ancestral alloy ingots, ascendant twine, and majestic polish likewise command a good reputation. A skilled artisan should be more than capable of crafting them, though I'm sure they can be also purchased with sufficient skill. Seeing as how the rest of us are still stuck on this bastard rock, this falls to you again, lad. Hand over the goods when you're ready. I see. And this is why, obviously, I need to do some fate farming. I'm pretty sure some of this is fate farming. High-level trials and normal raids are back on your daily schedule. Oh, is that what the grind is? I see. Alright, Marv, before we head in, we are in instance 3. If you want to hand over whatever it is you're going to hand over before we go and do stuff. Foolish one. How do I swap instances in the Fountain Village? Good question. Slash instance, I think it is. I think you can do it via command. If there's no etherite in the area. You don't? Okay, so there's no way to actually teleport between the instances here. Makes sense. Alright, I will meet you outside the teleport. Back in Tuliolo. Oh, I see. Are you sure? Because isn't this like going to be like 1 million or some shit? As long as you're sure, you're going to receive a private Moai. The best trade in all of Eorzea. Obviously, I still need a Monarch Whetstone. So I still need to purchase that. Where's the merchant again? It's like over here somewhere from what I remember. Not you. I think it's over this way. Or is it up there? I think it might be up there. On the top row. Oh, okay, yeah. I just couldn't remember. It's been a long, long while. One Monarch Whetstone, please. Thank you. And now we need to go deliver the stuff to Geralt. Mav, do you want to join us in the Northorn when we head over there? Or will you be heading back to your server? Tackling North what? Oh yeah, wait, no, you can join while you're here. There you go, Geralt. Here are your items. Here it is, your whetstone, alloy ingot, your twine, and your polish. And Math, much appreciated. Thank you. Gives you a squish. Right in work. Time to get an iPhone to perfection. Though I think I'll have a quick snifter or a rum to help me concentrate. Don't want to mess this up. Once again, saying how much I hate gulping noises like that. When does a drop of rum will do? My mind's clear and my hands are steady. Here goes. Some of my finest work today. Razor sharp and overflowing with ether. With a blade owned to perfection, we can get work on those dispelling magics. And now I can unlock whatever the next grind is. You mentioned a nice dispelling magics, but how are we supposed to go about improving them? Concept simple enough. You take a dispeller with some form and imbue the blade with it. A knife as perfectly owned as ours will absorb a fair few dispellers' mind. Trouble is, you have to glamour dispeller ain't fit for the task. Running a much stronger catalyst. In that case, I suggest we utilize specialist prisms known as phantom dispellers. They ought to meet your exacting requirements. I've never heard tell of such catalysts. How might they be obtained? They are found in places suffused with ether, sites of intense battle, to be specific. In truth, these phantom dispellers will have manifested unseen at many of the battlefields you have fought upon. Thanks to your tenure on this isle, however, they will henceforth be detectable. Given the multi-layered nature of your weapon's illusory endowment, my advice is to collect several varieties. A selection of phantom dispellers A, B, and Y should suffice. As ever, I am loath to burden you so, but I feel your talents make you the prime candidate for this endeavor. Sigh. Sigh. Just fine, I'll do it. That's the spirit. I reckon 100 of those dispellers apiece will be plenty. And I really do mean it this time. I won't have you scurrying out there for extra dispellers once you're back. I'm going to stab him. Gerald, can I borrow that knife a second, please? Can I? Please, pretty please? Must heighten the dispelling capabilities of the Archive's knife. The free varieties of phantom dispellers necessary for this process can be obtained from fates and critical encounters in the null form. Please note that the dispellers cannot be obtained from the 4 Tower Blood or the 4 Tower Magic. The spellers are also obtainable when completing certain duties via the Duty Roulette. Details about applicable duties are noted in journal. Please note, cannot be abandoned. Okay. Okay, you need 100 of each. However, they at least said we won't be needing to go back out. We won't need to be going for the... It's not the crystal paste step all over again. Alright, Evil. You ready to see how we're about to die in the Northhorn? No! He's not ready. Time to be slow as fuck. Just simply purchase the riding map. I love the way Evil, you're in my cutscene. Oh god, Evil. They have the Evil. The currency is unique. We need to earn currency here before we're able to get it. How much is the riding map? $3,000. All right. I know there was another one. Swear there was a fourth that I had. Guess not. Sorry, I'm back. I just needed to go to Witcher real quick. Alright, I didn't actually miss anything in that cutscene, I don't think. Our goals here are twofold. Uncover the truth of the occult crescent and ensure the crew makes it home in one piece. Now, I reckon finding the Isle's architect is the key to achieving both. Given that it's probably holed up in the Tower of Magic, finding a way in should be our first order of business. I haven't even done the Tower of Blood yet. According to our scouts, the fiends in this part of the island are a damn sight tougher than the beasts we've encountered so far. If you find yourself struggling, you best head back to the Southhorn for a spot of training. I should also mention that surveyors have turned up interest in new trinkets. Speak with the crew if that tickles your fancy. Oh, and don't forget to attune with the Camp Seaforite while you're here. Forget. My friend, I also had a quick word with you. Let me know once you've completed your preparations. I was worried about that, actually, because I heard how difficult the first one was. I was hoping we could discuss the soul shards. You know, those crystalline records of martial methods conceived by the 12 city-states of Hell? As you no doubt recall, I posited they would only function upon the isle itself. Was my hypothesis correct? Yep. Part of me had wondered whether you in particular might be able to wield the shard's power beyond the wall. Evidently not. In truth, I've also been pondering the reason you were summoned here in the first place. The voice you heard belongs to the island's architect, then seeking him out in the Tower of Magic ought to provide answers on that front too. In other words, time has come to venture forth once more. Oh hey, we get 80,000 knowledge just for doing this. Speaking of... What is the new level limit? Evil, I'm not doing this shit. I did this in the first one. I would like to enjoy the quest. I don't care about running for the critical encounters or any shit like that. I'm doing this at my own pace. Back on the Southhorn, the only way into the Fort Tower was by the way of the ethereal node that appeared during those auroral mirages. Assuming a similar node exists on this part of the island, we ought to look for the structure housing it. If my hunch is correct, there'll be a confluence connected to the tower nearby, so keep your eyes peeled. I'll be also taking a look around myself. Get in touch via Limpel if you find anything. Okay, so the first thing we should really focus on is going around, getting the Ethernet shards, and just generally just getting the area unlocked. But also trying not to die as I go through areas. How are you all doing in there? Half white already? That's the spirit. Yeah, next one is over there. I wonder what the rewards on the new treasure chests are going to be, because they probably have included treasure chests in this area as well. Froggy. I'm gonna get this Ethernet shard and I'll go to the quest point. Look at your level. How are you level 25 already? Did you get the XP for that just by doing that one critical encounter? Oh, and he's dead. GN Evil. Look at my level, he says 0 HP. Knowledge level has been increased by 5. What? Oh, I see. They scale. Well, this does appear to be a confluence. The flow of ether is barely perceptible. Regardless of whether this location is actually linked to the Tower of Magic or not, Kettenram would wish to hear your findings. Well, it's definitely a confluence. This structure is almost identical to the one on the south farm. I think it's safe to say this is where the ethereal node ought to be. Something's not quite right. Not sure if arcane trickery is to blame. This pavilion's completely inert right now. No point in us pondering out here, though. Let's head back to camp and see if we can't chip away at the archive seal some more. Can't do what away? The survey point right there as well. Edram tells me you found a confluence by the pavilion. Pray share more details. Judging by your account, I believe the confluence does indeed connect with the Tower of Magic. Ah, there goes the familiar sensation of the seal eroding. Any ideas as to why we can't use the ethereal node? Several, but let me first touch upon the fort towers themselves. Over 1,500 years ago, the island's architect foresaw a calamitous disaster, and thus sought to preserve a facet of all civilization here on the occult present. But to do so would mean storing the very knowledge that imperils the world in a single location. Measures to prevent its misuse would be essential. Hence the ward, and all its storms in Shade's Triangle. Precisely, and it is the force towers that form the backbone of this approach. The Tower of Bloods projects those deadly storms, and the Tower of Magic to maintain that impenetrable ward. Both undertakings require highly advanced techniques and near constant monitoring, which is why the towers are manned. As I've said before, I believe it is the architect himself who resides in the Tower of Magic. So the towers are both conduits for all that magic, and humble abodes for the overseers? Seems like a lot of bother just to keep one tiny island hidden from prying eyes. Yeah, a tiny island packed with potentially world-ending knowledge. So, you feel the same way. Either way, the Tower of Magic is the focal point of the ward. All of the Isle's ethereal currents converge upon it. If the confluence you discovered is indeed so greatly diminished, we must assume all is not well within the island's ether. Thus begins our next investigation. There's a survey point right here as well. Might as well grab it before I forget. Northorn Base Camp. The expedition has claimed a ruined fortress for its base of operations on the north horn of the occult present. In addition to an existing occult ferrite, this convening stronghold also provides an elevated vantage point, from which to survey the surroundings and detect the approach of potential threats. Despite the camp's ideal location, however, the North Basin environs are even more inhospitable than the south, and the advance party has been advised to consider immediate withdrawal should they face any dangerously abnormal phenomena. You got 10 Dispellers from 1 CE? Yeah, well, here's the thing. While Gerald did say they won't send you out again, Squin, that feels too easy. So, the Isles of Ethereal Currents are in disarray. Come to think of it, the landscape here is completely different to what we saw down south. Feels what? Unnatural. We ought to investigate what caused those changes. And I suggest we start by surveying multiple confluences. That should give us a clearer picture of what's happening at the ethereal level. I have a mind to accompany you on your excursion. That way I can immediately share what the seal's undoing reveals at each site. No need to pay me any heed, though. In the interest of avoiding my untimely demise at the hands of some fell fiend, I shall follow stealthily at a safe distance. In that case, I'll stay put. I suggest you concentrate your search on the ruins in the area and check for any abnormalities. Had to waste an hour of my life work meeting. Ah, I see. So it was a work meeting which could have been in an email. It's even worse than that. How is it even worse than a work meeting which could have been in an email? That's fair. I would like to explore and just enjoy my time here. It's a work meeting, but delayed by 30 minutes, and then 5 minutes before the end of meeting, we're told the thing that the meeting was on was out of scope. I see. Ah, not even the ravages of time can dim the allure of Nimian ingenuity. Of course, the Nim of my time was not so unconcerned with gravity. This strange floating aspect was not an inherent feature of the city, though having examined the confluence, the underlying phenomenon is clear. Excess wind energies have weakened the bonds between building and ground, creating a landscape you see before you. Hey, Evil, there's your answer. Guess who didn't attune to base camp? Skill issue. Evil, you have your answer now, congratulations. Intriguingly, this result seems somehow intentional, but that hardly aligns with the goal of accurately preserving the 5th Astral Era history. Alas, there's not much else to glean from this confluence. Let us seek out other ruins. Right, I've got base camp, I've got that one, and now I'm going to make my way towards that one in the middle. This is why I'm doing the quest Evil, so I can go... Hi, Evil. This is why I can go around and just get the map unlocked, and then I can have a look at the fates and critical encounters. Don't get your butt smacked. Gets my butt smacked. Why did you want to do it? Thank God this isn't Eureka, you couldn't do this there. What, general exploration? Oh, hey, a treasure coffer. I got a buttoned varsity jacket. Okay, so it looks like I can't just swim over there, so I need to actually look around for a location to get across. So either going to be over there, or I'll just go around this way. Because I don't see anywhere to get across from over there easily. Not without dying very easily. I mean, aggroes these enemies and gets my butt smacked. You can stay there. A lot of the area was locked on launch and also no mount. Yeah, I heard about that. Survey point. Shadow Deep. The sheep. This placid lake is found in the center of the occult presence North Basin. Wild animals are often spotted drinking of its bountiful waters, but none ever tarry at the shore for long. Skittish and uneasy, they appear wary not only of predators, but of the place itself, as if the very air carried a sense of foreboding. Whether frightened by ghostly flames of the lake's hamlet or sensing some other sinister presence, the cause of this fearful behavior remains uncertain. Yeah, I heard how much Eureka sucked on launch. I'm gonna go to that one instead. I'll get that Ethernet shard because I haven't found a way over to this island yet. Leave me alone! Oh shit! He didn't leave me alone. He came back for more. I thought they left aggro range. There we go. Does scare me like that? What do you mean? Oh yeah, because obviously you can hear the sounds as well. This sprawling structure bears all the hallmarks of Scarlet craftsmanship, but my eye is drawn to the extensive flooding. A surfeit of water-expected ether appears to have disrupted the area's natural balance. One of the crew told me that the ancient city of Scalia now lies at the bottom of a loch. Though I state the obvious, it was not always so. The city's submerged state is a result of a calamitous flood, not some architectural quirk. In other words, if one sought a fateful reproduction of Scarlet civilizations it stood in the Fifth Astral Era, replicating the subsequent flood would be completely anachronistic. Well, at least we have further evidence of ethereal abnormalities. Onward to the next ruin. Just use the energy which you accumulated during the Hildebrand quests. Just use that. It's that easy. Oh my goodness, evil, hi! Damn it, you got there first. Okay, well, you go that way, I'm gonna go this way. Ah, that's how you go over. I see. I'm going to... unlock this area's, like, little map bit. And then I'm going to go back to get this one, and then I'll do this one last. Oh hey, would you look who it is? Alright, how do we get in here? Grinding evil into a fine paste reference. I can't believe you're making evil into a relic weapon. That's alright, if you're the relic weapon, you can be with us at all times. Something tells me we ought to not linger here. Thankfully, I was able to examine several ethereal flows en route. Something has sapped the area's ever-expected energies, leading to a decline in the purifying potential of soil. A veritable mold invasion. Now, I understand that the lost city of Amdapor is likewise riddled with rot. Yet I find it difficult to believe those mouldering forces could sweep as far as here. If the evil relic needs to be a way to make use of its power, we might be in trouble, honestly. Not only is the Northorn isolated from the rest of the Isle, the occult presence itself is miles away from the nearest port. Besides, if those foul spores had somehow spread here, I would expect the entire region to be infested. At least we are beginning to glimpse the sheer extent of the environmental decay. It is fortunate the nearby ethereal currents were still somewhat detectable. On that note, I suggest we take our leave of these streets before we ourselves sprout moldy growths. Or ruins await! Alright, Evil, we are in need of your power, so wake up. No, you're always sleepy. That's not a surprise. You're always an EP guy. Oh, I'll get this person. Walked in, saw somebody get boinked. I just need to make sure that I'm not going to get boinked as I jump off here. Alright, this should be the last Ethernet shard I need. I'm gonna stick with these guys, just in case. Oh yeah, survey point. Unhallowed Hamlet. Sneaky hobbit! Ghastly purple flames illuminate what would otherwise appear to be an ordinary fishing village. Were it not for the telltale presence of Millicent Voidsent, according to the archive, this is in fact the birthplace of Mac, recreated most faithful. It all began on the shores of Yafim. A day an architect was hauled out of the sea. From it emerged a demon, which bestowed unto the villagers vast arcane knowledge. Brilliant minds pursued greater and greater advancements, particularly of the destructive variety, whereby the sorceress Shatoto, goddammit, established the principles of black magic. Thereafter, what was once a humble village grew rapidly into a mergent nation. And of course, it was black magic which caused the entire fucking calamity in the first place. Headset items, replacing that real quick. God damn it, Shatoto. Oh god, these are level 40. Evil, I might die here. Did you see party chat? No, I didn't, because obviously if people are putting stuff in, I would like to avoid it. If it's something which I can see, let me know, otherwise I am avoiding looking at chat. I would like to just explore this area and enjoy things. The problem I had with Southbourne is it kind of became a point where people rushed through and it kind of ruined my experience. Evie mentioned... Where? I see. Damn it, I double-clicked because I wanted to look in party chat. On this occasion, I scarcely need to examine the confluence. It is all too clear the vicinity is being subsumed by the void. In ancient Mac, mages would infuse their ceremonial chambers with astral aspected ether to facilitate their summoning arts. But that's not to imply the city was overrun with summoned void scent. If this settlement lies in such a state, it can only mean one thing. Well, I've now seen enough to support my hypothesis, and I imagine Ketterbran will wish to hear of it too. Let us return to the camp post-haste. Hey, that should be all of the Ethernet shards, but I would like to double check that. Yep, that's all of them. Did I just see Evil? I think I just saw someone's name called Papaya. It's in your head now. Hi, Fla. Yeah, that was their name. I just double checked. God damn it. Oof, that was quite the journey. Not sure I'd made it without you. Now, all the ruins we saw exhibited ethereal abnormalities. The Nimian remains now float skyward due to excess wind energies. The scaling structure was inundated with water. While the Amdapori and Marky remnants are beset by earth and astral aspected imbalances. Respectively, I also sense the area surrounding the camp has been parched dry by an excess of fire-aspected ether. In short, the ethereal balance of the North Horn has completely collapsed. I believe the architect used the region to model the impact of such drastic ethereal changes. The ruins here met a similar fate to their Eorzean counterparts. Also, yeah, that too. To what ends the architect conducted this experiment, I do not know. But these conditions stem from excessive use of ether in accordance with each civilization's unique history. Perhaps disrupting the flow of ether to the Tower of Magic was part of his plan then. Not that I have the foggiest idea why you'd want to. Nor have I. To jeopardize precious remnants of Fist after... The hell was that? What's going on? In this way, contradicts the Isle's very purpose. Regardless, if your theory is correct, I'm afraid we'll have a difficult time tracking down the tower via ethereal flows. Though the fact the pavilion exists at all ought to provide some encouragement. Are you suggesting there might be an ethereal node and means of activating it after all? Did it? What the hell was that? sorry. Wait, did you doing stuff just people dying? How was that activating during cutscene then? I thought abilities didn't work through cutscenes. LB3 goes through cutscenes? Huh? I thought all ability... okay. I love a good mystery as much as the next fellow, but we're practically drowning in the bleeding things. Any road, before we get to solving them, I reckon we ought to take stock of what we can glean so far. Yeah, just a bit of an oversight, just a little bit. Hey, look at that evil, I got to level 21 just by doing the quests. Right, before I do this though, I need to double check something. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, right. For the people who can actually hear me at the moment, I know people are in ad jail, but I'll probably explain this when I get back anyway. I thought Itchy was going out tonight. Itchy is not going out tonight. So what the plan is, I'm going to do this little bit of a cutscene here. I will end stream and I will continue when I get back on Thursday. But I will obviously do this after I come back from Agio. Speaking of Agio, I need to move this here. There we go. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan indeed. Yeah, I thought Itchy was going out tonight, and he isn't. And now that he isn't, I want to go kiss him and spend some time with him. But obviously, I will be going around this area and still doing some stuff anyway. I ordered the crew to continue investigating ethereal currents in the area. While they're roaming around, I thought we might consider the mystery from a fresh angle. We've established the occult present is a museum of sorts for the 5th astral era, right? But here on the Northorn, these relics and ruins were deliberately meddled with, seemingly in the name of replicating later calamities. Why so? Fortunately for us, there's someone right here who ought to know. Iris, why don't you tell us a little about your master? As previously stated, I'm here to observe, nothing more. Here, how about revisiting a conversation we've already had then? You wouldn't begrudge me that, would you? When we first met, I asked the archive whether he had summoned you. Do you remember that? You were adamant the wizened little wretch hadn't. Were you speaking truthfully? Indeed, that much was true. That much? In that case, it's fair to assume Iris's master is the ultimate source of wisdom on the Isle. The Architect. Now my understanding is that a summoner and their familiar are usually bound by an ethereal flow. Do you reckon we could leverage that to reach the tower somehow? We ought to examine Iris more closely. To conduct a thorough examination, I'm afraid we'd need to reduce Iris to pure ether. She might be a little bothersome little Grace, but I wouldn't wish that upon her. I suggest we find and examine another of the Architect's familiars, preferably one we had no qualms with vanquishing. We came across a fair few familiars while roaming down south, none of them particularly pleasant, mind. I'm sure the Northorn has its own fair share of summoned creatures, inspecting the ether of any one of them could further our investigation. I might add that the denser their ether, the more information we stand to glean. Of course, such familiars tend to be rather more formidable. Come to think of it, when I passed through the forest during our previous excursion, I spotted a large winged creature with a crest of green feathers. Perhaps you could seek them out. I'm guessing he means the wooded area north of the lake. Either way, sounds like a job for our resident friend fella. Fiend fella. Friend fella. Fucking hell, I can't read. Make sure you hack off a chunk of them for examine, you hear? Okay, as I said, sorry, Evil. You get that CE done. I need to end stream here for the day. You get the map, go around the area, sort things out. I will... Oh, you missed it? I see. But if it's that one I need to look for, then fair enough. Or is it here? It's going to be here. Okay. Miss Potts as well? Alright, well, explode. Alright, anyway. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will be back tomorrow, and whilst I originally planned to stream The Binding of Isaac, I am unsure if I should do Final Fantasy XIV or not. I will see. Because I do want to grind this area out, I do want to unlock the story, and I do want to actually, you know, get things done here. I will see. But in the meantime, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and bye-bye from Juan.